Good morning. It's so nice to connect with you today. My name's Leanne Peters. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. So I'm here to pull some cards and share some guidance for this weekend and Monday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, so welcome. First of all, before I start, I want to welcome my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light members, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. So I'm coming to you live from Tasmania, Australia, where it is Saturday the 10th of February here, and the time is exactly 7:34 a.m. So welcome. So this month is Temple of Balance's 19th birthday, which is pretty amazing. So on the 25th of February 2005, I found Temple of Balance by chance. It just happened to be quite an interesting, as far as the words Temple of Balance. I'd spent the previous 6 to 12 months before I founded Temple of Balance. I spent a lot of that time focusing on balance and figuring out what balance was. And you know, back in 2004, 2005, balance was not really as largely used as it is today. So it was sort of a newish concept in some ways, and I was exploring what that meant for me, how that played out in my life, what that actually was. So I was exploring balance a lot, and then on the 25th of February 2005, my little family, I had young children, so a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old roughly, and their father, my ex-husband, and we all moved into this little place, and I needed to set up the internet. And while I was on the phone to this internet provider, he's like, because back in those days, at least here, you had to set up an official email with your provider that you were getting your internet through. So he asked what I want my email address to be, and he asked if I just wanted it to be my name, which is what everyone was doing. And I said, no, I want something a little deeper than that. And he asked me what my interests and passions were, and I said, well, balance, spirituality, so maybe something to do with the word temple, because I'd also had that pull about 6 months before starting Temple of Balance that it wasn't going to be long before I was in my temple again. I kept hearing those words intuitively. So I mentioned temple to him, and he's like, oh, what about Temple of Ascension? And then I just clicked and it's got to be Temple of Balance. So Temple of Balance was my email address, and then I started on eBay pretty much that same day, and the rest is kind of history. 19 years ago, I can't believe it. So if I had a baby then, it would be 19, which is pretty amazing. But I'm going to talk more about birthday things later, or as we get through the month. If you'd like to celebrate my birthday, Temple of Balance's birthday, that is 19, I have got a sale on my website. There will be one happening each week up until the end of the month. So have a look if you're interested and see what it is at templeofbalance.com.au. So I'm here to pull some cards, and welcome. If you're new to watching, what I'm going to be doing is using my cards. These are cards I created. The Animal Kingdom Oracle and my Speed of Light Oracle, somewhere in here, have been combined to make a 110 card deck, which is lots of fun to use. So I'm going to be using this deck to find the best cards that the majority of us need for Saturday, Sunday and Monday, and then I'm going to pull a theme card. I'm not pulling cards for individuals. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust that you've been led here for a reason. So what that reason is going to be personal for you. So be open to receiving what you need, and let the guidance come through that you need to hear loud and clear, or perhaps it's a bit more subtle, and see what happens. So I'm looking for the best card now for Saturday the 10th of February. So the best card for Saturday for the majority of us is, good morning Linnell and Trisha and Sam, welcome. It's this card. It's an Animal Kingdom Oracle. Yes, I knew the energy was, it just felt so good this morning, although I do feel a bit sleepy because I had a late night. But the air dragon we've got here. So if you're new to my readings and my cards, the Animal Kingdom have 5 dragons. The dragons are the most powerful cards in this deck of 110 cards, in my opinion. And this is one of them. So the air dragon is card 27. And it says, your mind is powerful. Your mind is powerful. So this air dragon brings us, that's very interesting. We did, our art class last night was focused around the element of air. And I can tell you it was extremely powerful. I mean, connecting with this energy of air is so powerful and deep. And something that we just tend to take for granted, I think, for the most part, all the space that the air takes up, and it's not taking any of our attention visually, because it's not there on the stage jumping up and down trying to visually get our attention. It's not there flickering away like fire that really draws our gaze. Air is just there, and it takes up more space than the objects that we see around us. Like when we look ahead or look around our room, there are objects that draw our visual gaze, and yet everything else is air. So air makes up the majority of what is around us, yet we're not visually drawn to it. So it's really bringing highlight to the subtles, the subtlety, the mystery, the energy, the ethers, the abstract, the formless, the energy that we can't actually see, but it's still there, just like air. And we breathe it in, and we can breathe it consciously, but we can also breathe very unconsciously and sort of automatic. So there is this sense of, well, I'm feeling this because after the art class was extremely deep and powerful, connecting with this air element, is really connecting in with that is more than what we see, that which is deeper or further or further away or even closer, that is past what we visually see. And we're being encouraged really on Saturday to trust in spirit, trust in the universe, trust in the ethers, trust in the energy, the flow, the life force. I really like those words. Oh, we've got someone coming to visit. Trust in the life force that pulls us and guides us, and in that ebb and flow of life itself. Not just what is stationary kind of around us, and air is always circulating and moving, but also what draws us forward into life. And really paying attention and listening to those subtleties, to that quiet energy, perhaps, to our breath, really drawing our attention back into what's probably most important. So the air element is also about the mind. And so our mind is powerful on Saturday, so this will be a great time to focus on something, to get things done, to create a plan, to get organised, to figure things out in our mind, maybe even to get back in charge of our thoughts if we've been wallowing and rolling around in negative thoughts for some time or lately. Then Saturday's a powerful day to clear those storm clouds that have been hovering over our head, to clear them away and really tune in and focus on those higher, deeper and in some ways more simplistic aspects of the mind. So the air dragons come up for Saturday. Very, very interesting. Oh, and it's the Chinese New Year today of the dragon, says Sam, which is amazing. I'm also a dragon because I was born in 1976. So I feel a deep resonance with the dragon every time it comes around to the lunar year, which is pretty cool. And I think for us all, this could be a very powerful year, hopefully going in the right direction. So thank you. That's the message for Saturday. Now I'm looking for the best card for Sunday, the 11th of February, 2024, for the majority of us. So the best card for Sunday, is this. It's another Animal Kingdom. We have the echidna, our little friend, that pops up every now and then just to give us a bit of a reminder here, and it links in very well with the air dragon. It's card 19, and it says, don't dwell on the details. Now, the details are important with things, so this card is not suggesting that we shouldn't focus on the details and get things done and be, what would you say, I'm not really sure of the word right here, but what I'm thinking of is, like some things require details, are more complex and require things that we need to get together in regards to details. But this particular card for Sunday is reminding us not to dwell on the unnecessary details, and these are the distractions. These are the distractions that are trying to pull us off our path. So it could be moving along and trying to move along but procrastinating a lot. It could be trying getting back on our feet, but then that shiny object or that thing pulls our attention away from our path, and we're off then on a tangent of drama or whatever it might be. So in some ways the echidna is about putting our blinkers on like the draft horse wears and not allowing distractions to pull us away from our path, that we're being encouraged to keep going. There is a beelining feeling. There is a feeling of movement and momentum and walking and stepping with the echidna as it moves to wherever it's going. So let's stay focused. Let's keep our blinkers on if we need to on Sunday to avoid distractions, which includes procrastination and things. It could even be things like bad or not so good habits that pull us away from ourselves and away from our path. But this is especially highlighting our path, is the journey of the echidna. So where are we going? Let's keep going where we're going. So there's a focus. There is a mental energy that's connected here. We need to be strong mentally so that we're not drawn to every shiny object that looks pretty over on the side in our peripheral vision, that we can stay focused on the task at hand. It might not be so pretty and shiny yet, but we're going somewhere. So if we really want to go somewhere in our life and we really want to shift and change and improve things, then we have to stay on point. We have to stay the course. We have to stay on track of where we're going. Now, as we're going on the track, there might be times where a new opportunity comes up or the path starts fading out and we're being called to veer a little bit or a lot off track, or to, change course a little bit or a lot. That's different. That is part of moving with the ebb and the flow of the path. But it's the distractions, it's all the things in the peripheral vision that are trying to just distract us and take us off track. They are the things that I'm talking about specifically. And it could be the unnecessary details. We could be going along focused on wherever it is that we're going or whatever it is that we're doing, and then something calls our attention and we just dig up all the unnecessary details on that. Perfectionism can be a little bit like that, where it can actually, the perfectionism of something having to sit just right can actually be a bit of a distraction from what's more important. Does it matter that those things aren't folded properly, for example, or that stuff's not put away in the exact right place by the millimetre? Because that might be things that we're focusing on the details unnecessarily, that there might be more important things that call us in life and that more important than how straight something is or how folded something is, just as an example. So that's for Sunday. So now let's look for the best card for Monday, the 12th of February. It must be the 12th. Monday the 12th. Excellent. Yes, so keep your blinkers on and stay focused on the task at hand. What is that? What is the task at hand? What is it that requires our focus at that particular time? Okay, the best card for Monday the 12th of February for the majority of us is another Animal Kingdom Oracle card. They are popular today. And we have the Frog. The Frog is card 34, and it says to cleanse your environment. So this is like a purification card, a cleansing card, a clearing out of things. It could be a spring clean. It could be cleaning up. My mind is going straight to my studio that needs a mighty good clean up after all this making and glazing I've done in there to make it extremely dirty. So, you know, what is it that needs clearing or cleansing? This could be in your space or your surroundings. It could be your home. It could be a wardrobe or a room or a corner. What's cluttered? What's cluttered and messy around you that might need some tidying up and some straightening up? And we could also look at this internally. In fact, the outer clearing up can also support the inner clearing up. So as we're cleaning up externally, that we can also use that as a way to sort of channel or move energy that's stuck inside us. Because remember, energy wants to move. So part of moving that is expression, it's clearing, it's cleaning, it's releasing, moving energy that's been stuck or stagnant. So if something's been stuck or stagnant inside or outside in your life, or something's not moving, then maybe a good clear up and clean up and purging might be a good idea to create a more pleasant environment on the outside and on the inside. So we might find that we just feel like we want to clear up and clean things up and purge. You know, there's also an element of letting go of things that we've been holding on to with the frog. So that's that. Thank you. I trust that supports you. Thanks so much for joining me today. I am going to pull a theme card in a few moments. Before I do, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you'd prefer to connect more privately, please send us a message through our website. So it is our 19th birthday month, and yesterday I opened the current sale, if you like, which is any new or returning or renewing Pillar of Light member through my website, not on Patreon. Through my website, I'm going to do a 3-card reading for you up to 5 days after you've ordered. So you're very welcome to become a member, especially if you want to take your connection with yourself deeper. And if you resonate with my way and my approach, then you might find the Pillar of Light membership really supportive for you to commit to your healing and your release. And it's still quite cheap. It's only, well, it's about 15 Australian dollars a month, which is about 10 US dollars a month, which is still the same price pretty much it's been for years. So check it out if you want to. It's a great time to try it out, and plus then you're supporting my work as well. So if you get something out of my work and you haven't supported for a while or ever, then maybe this is a good opportunity to see what the Pillar of Light membership's like and go from there. So you can find that on my website. You can learn more about my cards and the work I do at Temple of Balance at templeofbalance.com.au. So I'm now looking for the best theme card. The theme card will help bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture for Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So the best theme card for the majority of us for the 10th, 11th and 12th of February is this. And we've gone to the Speed of Light Oracle. We have this. Surprise, surprise. Focus. So there is a strong mental energy that's highlighted. I mean, especially Saturday and Sunday's card. Monday's, the purging with the frog, is also quite mental as well as physical as far as clearing goes. But this is very mental card too. Focus, card 38. And it says holding, position, timing and growth. So this is about finding our place, finding our position. That's where we find ourselves now and every unfolding moment. Where do you find yourself now as you sit and you listen here? Take a nice big breath, and where do you find yourself? Where is your body right now? What stage are you at with certain things? What's shifting out? What's shift or coming in? What are you working on? What are you trying to resolve? What solution are you looking for? So this is where we find ourselves now. So where do you find yourself now? So this is a position we kind of claim and own and embody. And in regards to this illustration, you might see a path that leads to where this represents us holding our position here. and there's a path that's led us to here. So this card very much highlights, hopefully, that we know consciously what's led us to this point in our life, and whether we're in a good place or a not so good place, our path has led us here, perhaps through our choices and the things that have crossed our path, but our path has led us to this point. So this is like the past that's led us here, and we now hold in this position. And in this position is a powerful moment. This is a moment where we can decide to shift things or make some changes if something's not working for us. This is also a place where we can embody further the things that are working, the things that we are working on. And so there's something very powerful about, it's almost like an anchor point at this time, a turning point potentially, or a point of awareness, a point of assessment, and figuring out if things are generally okay or if things do need to change. This card also highlights naysayers, so there may be some people or someone around us this weekend and Monday that don't understand why we've made certain decisions in our life or where we find ourselves. Perhaps in their mind they think we should be somewhere else, or we should have followed their opinion, or maybe we're projecting that onto someone else, where we think that someone else is off their path or should have done something differently or better. We've got to sort of detach a bit from that, or as much as we can. I know it's difficult with certain people, especially children, or people that we're trying to guide in life perhaps, but we do need to let people make their own decisions and mistakes and successes as well in life. So wherever, if it affects or is related to other people or not, this is very much coming back to ourselves, where we're being encouraged to be careful not to let naysayers pull us down or make us think that we are off our track. We are on our track, we have to be, but the observation is are we on the track that we're happy with, reasonably happy with, or that's moving us down in a supportive and healthy path? Or is the place that we're in now just not so good? And if it's not so good, then it's up to us to make the changes that are necessary and decide what it is that we need to focus on to move out of that space, that bad habit, that addiction, that challenge, that going down, maybe spiraling down, things spiraling down out of control in our life. How can we get our power back with that? So perhaps the message is with this card is to own and take responsibility for the choices that we've made that have led us to here, and maybe we've made some not so good choices. If we could turn back time, we might make a different choice, we might not. And we can't change time, but we can learn from the past and make better decisions moving forward. So we're being encouraged to really own and take responsibility for where we are in our life, and try and find an acceptance or make some changes as necessary. So this is a focus, this is a depth that calls us onto our path. It is a sense of confidence too. There is a sense of personal power, of empowerment with this particular card as well. As we stand tall in our current position, we own it, we take responsibility for it, and we make the changes necessary that might be necessary for us to improve potentially the course of our path and where we're potentially going. So the focus card, holding position, trust in perfect timing, and we are in a period of growth. We are in a period of growth, and we're in a period of potential. So will you make the most of this potential, or will you squander it? Will you just fall back to old habits? Especially mentally, will you fall back to old mental habits of being too invested in the drama or too invested in the problems of other people? Are you too invested in gossip and things that take you away from yourself and your own life? So let's own it, let's take responsibility, let's make our wrongs right. Let's apologise for things that we probably didn't do or say that was the right thing, and let's learn from it and move forward. So there are our guidance and cards for the weekend, and Monday included. We'll tuck Monday in to the weekend for this particular video. So thanks for joining me. I trust this has supported you in some way, think of this as a guide, and hopefully you can work with the things that have stood out for you. So have a great weekend and Monday, and I'll see you again hopefully on Tuesday. So I'll see you soon. Take care and goodbye for now.